This activity is on polluted soil. How does our soil become polluted? Talking about watersheds, talking about groundwater. In this activity, you're going to get the directions, and I'm going to kind of walk through it real quick for you. Also on this, the kids don't have an actual lab sheet to fill out. They have their own sheet to write their observations on. So you're going to have a container with soil, sand, good mix in it. You're going to have 3 cups marked A, B, and C, and you're going to have 3 coffee filters marked A, B, and C. You're going to take each one and you're going to make a well for each one. So you're going to stick one in, you're going to stick another one in, and then finally the third one in. As you're talking about it, you're going to say, okay, first of all, we've talked about water. We know that water runs underground. So how does a well work? A well is a really interesting idea to talk to them about, and talk about how, when you're at the beach, when you're digging a hole, if you dig far enough, do you find water down there? Most kids can relate to that part of it. So that is a great introduction and something they can relate to. So doing this, the other thing that they don't understand is acid rain. So acid rain, they think literally is acid coming out of the sky. Acid rain, explain to them, acid rain comes from the pollution that's up in the air. As the water droplets come down, they pick up the pieces of pollution. It's not true acid, but it changes what's called the pH of water. So what we do on this, we're going to take some vinegar and we're going to pour it outside of well A. And you're going to measure it. I'm not, just for demonstration's sake, but have the kids measure. Anytime you can have the kids measure something, the better off they are. So have some graduated cylinders and have them do some measuring on it. So you're going to put the water there, or put the vinegar there, let it soak for a while. You're going to get a pH strip if you have them. It works best to have a pH strip. You're going to take your pH strip down and see what your pH is of well A. Let it sit for a while. It's going to sit. And then you can talk about how different ways that water could get polluted. Obviously litter, yes, but different ways. What do farmers put in their land? They have fertilizer. That fertilizer soaks into the ground. It helps the plants, but is it all that good for all of the soil? Well, we have this thing called runoff, and fertilizer has a lot of runoff to it. So another thing to show them is take some ammonia. Easy thing, just window cleaner. Doesn't smell quite as bad. You can put this one, again, have the kids measure it, but you're going to put this by well off the sides of well C. So you've got your water, you've got your soil fairly well wet, so because you want these wells to be working. So you want the wells to be into that sand so that it's well working. Now what you can do is you're going to take your dropper. Oh, that's what I did wrong. You're going to take your dropper, take droppers out and put it from well A, come back to well B, put it into cup B, take it from well C and put it into cup C. Then you take your pH strip and you check your pH of the water that came out of each one of those wells. What they're going to find in time is that all 3 wells are going to have changed. You have not put anything next to well B, yet it's also going to be polluted. So this is a way for them to see how water also travels underground and goes, didn't put it on that side, but all of a sudden it's changing the pH over here. So that's another way to show polluted soil.